All right, folks, if I could have your attention, please. All right. First, thanks for everybody for coming for our February Student of the Month. My name is Mr. Conti. I've already talked to several of you on the phone already. When I did so, I told you I would explain today kind of how we got here, so I'll start off with that. We got a great group for the month of February. So basically how this works is Ms. Haynes, the school librarian, every month she sends out an email to the staff, and in that email they then put their nominations in for Student of the Month. We always have like dozens that come through. Okay, those nominations then go to a committee, which then votes from the blurbs from the teachers. It's not an easy task. It kind of gets goes back and forth, gets passed around, and each student gets a tally. So really just speaks to the level of competition for your kids here today. From there then, after that's picked, right, me and Ms. Haynes sit down together and call you guys to come in. So again, appreciate you joining us here for the February Student of the Month. So there's one per grade. There's also two scholar athletes that Mr. Claus will speak to towards the end. And we also have our staff member of the month that Gina here will talk about in a couple minutes. That is Mr. Foltz. That's something we started this year. Very happy to do so. So I'm just going to kind of go through all the students. Gina will come up, talk about Mr. Foltz, and then each teacher that nominated the student for that grade will come up and talk about the student. Okay, so our freshman winner is Lauren Reeder for the freshman class. You can stay there. That's all right. Anna DeKnight is our sophomore winner. Cole Hebert is our junior winner. All right, and Katie Receiver was actually a few months ago. All right, so we finally got her in here. I think it was around October or so. All right, but some things were transpiring, so we finally got Katie to join us here for February. Okay, really, she could be any month. All right, but we finally got Mama in here to join us. Marta Waluska is our scholar athlete for the females, and Charles Harris is our scholar athlete for the male for the month of February. So congratulations to everybody. All right, and as I said, Gina McNamee nominated Mr. Foltz as our staff member of the month. So Gina, if you want to come up, Mr. Foltz. Foltz, he's talking about you. Congrats, man. All right. There's no speakers, you're just for there, so just give you a heads up. All right.
I nominated Mr. Foltz for Teacher of the Month. A couple things I said about him was that he's very down to earth. He cares a lot about his teaching, and like he's always there to help when you ever need help. And yeah, like if you ever like need help, just go to him, and he's there for you. And
That's my girl.
yeah, he's always there. And we had a good relationship last year. I had him for English last year. He was my junior teacher, and yeah, we had some good times. I will always go in there and say, "Good morning, Mr. Foltz," and he will be like, "Good morning, Gina." It was like an everyday thing. We had a good connection, and yeah.
Never in a bad mood. Gina's never in a bad mood. So, thank you, Gina.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Foltz.
Thanks, Gina. As I said, our freshman winner, we'll start off with her, is Lauren Reeder. She was nominated by Ms. Werner.
I nominated Lauren because she's in my honors biology class, and she has right now a 98%, which is absolutely incredible to have in my class because my class is really hard. And she's got an A every single marking period. Looking at her overall grades, she's got A's and everything. I noticed a lot of 100s. So to come in freshman year and already be starting off that strong, I think is just something incredible because that transition is really rough from 8th to 9th grade. And not only that, but she's also been involved in theater, and you know she's got a great 4 years ahead of her as a student at Interboro, and there's going to be great things coming from her.
Thanks, Ms. Werner. Congrats, Lauren. Anna DeKnight is our sophomore winner. She was nominated by Mr. Donovan. Congrats. Thanks, Chad.
Thank you, Mr. Conti. This is Annalise tonight. She goes by Anna, and she is on the volleyball team. She does a wonderful job, and she was on the debate team. Mr. Herman probably knows all about that. And she's also in German club, and her grades are, much like Miss Reeder's, outstanding. She achieves along with the best of them. In my class, she and 4 other kids are always fighting to see who has the #1 spot, and she frequently comes out on top. And that's one of the reasons I nominated her. She very, very much so deserves the honor, and she's extremely responsible. She always arrives to class on time, and she does all of her work, which I love. Thank you, Anna. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Thanks, Mr. Donovan. Congrats, Anna. Our junior class winner for February is Cole Hebert. He was nominated by Mr. Herman. Thanks, Andrew. You can hold that, actually.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. This is Cole. I've had Cole for Creative Writing 1, which is an elective I teach, and I had him this year for Creative Writing 2. And amazing grades, AP courses, all that stuff, too. Just a few things I observed this year with Cole. He's learning Japanese on his own. He helped students who are difficult students, like before class started, with their math homework. He spent hours writing these complicated sonnets and storylines that required dedication outside of the class that I had. He's involved after school. He gave me great music suggestions throughout the year as well. Overall, Cole is someone who wants to learn. He spends his own time learning in addition to all of his classes, and it's something that I think is admirable, and I'm glad that you chose some of my classes so I could have the pleasure of teaching, Cole.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. At one point in my life, I actually had hair like that. It was great. So enjoy it. It's not forever. And then finally, as I said, Katie Receiver, long time coming. Mr. Costanza is going to talk about Katie. Katie?
Good morning. Thanks, Mr. Conti, and thanks to Mr. Conti and Ms. Hain for pulling this together every month. As you can imagine, contacting everyone, it's an involved thing, so we appreciate that. It's a terrific thing to recognize these kids. Okay, KT Receiver, as we know her, I nominated her back in October, and we went to the Rotary dinner and spoke a little bit about her. She's from a terrific family. I taught her mom and Marie and a bunch of the other Fortunatos over the years, which was great. I said then, and it's still the case, I said, if you look up the phrase student leadership in the dictionary, this kid's picture ought to be there. I mean, that's the kind of person she is. She's involved in the mentor program. She was captain of the soccer team. This is her second year as student board representative and works very closely with Mrs. Riley and Mr. Harris and the other board members, and does a terrific job there. She also is student council president, ran unopposed because everyone knows the quality that she is, and she's so well-liked and well-respected by students and staff alike that people thought, why would I bother running against Katie Receiver? And she's done a terrific job. We have 5 officers. She is truly the glue that holds that executive committee together. I've learned that I can count on her a lot. She was captain of the soccer team. She's going to play lacrosse, correct? So talk about an all-around kid. Here she is, so congrats, kid.
Thank you, Mr. Costanzo. Mr. Claus, our athletic director, will now come up and we'll recognize our scholar athletes of the month, Marta and Charles.
Marta, Charles, come on up. This is at the same time. I say this all the time, and both of these individuals, they do a great job of not only being great athletes, but also great in academics. Let you know a little bit about their careers here right now. We've got Charles here who wrestles up 40 pounds at heavyweight, and he does that for his team. He could try and wrestle at a lower weight, but he knows that to help out his squad, he's going to have to wrestle at an upper weight. He's still wrestling at heavyweight right now, and he's in the district finals this upcoming weekend. Always working as an academic. You'll always see him outside of his locker room, trying to get done homework before, during, after practice, looking for extra help, coming into my office, sitting at a desk, getting things done. And in the future, he's looking to go to Williamson or Westchester, as we were talking about. Marta, the same thing. I mean, just absolute true grit. If there's a rebound to get and there are 4 girls going up for it, Marta's normally going to come down with it. And if the other girls try to get the ball from Marta, if you've seen any of our games, God help the other girls who are trying to take the ball from her. And again, I see her in the hallways every day. I mean, the girls practice from 4 to 6 every single night. She's there 6:30, 7 o'clock, even after practice, just trying to get done homework. She makes the most out of every single minute of her time. I mean, they really do epitomize the definition of student athlete. They do everything they can for their teams. They're selfless, not selfish, and they really do help out around the school as well. So round of applause for both of them.
Thanks, Mr. Kloss. Congratulations to all the students. I would also like to thank Ms. Riley, our superintendent, for being here, Mr. Harris, our school board president, the parents, all the family members for joining us today, and most of all, obviously the students. As assistant principal, I don't always get to make positive phone calls. I know when you guys hear me calling you, it's always kind of a question of why I'm calling them, but this is one I look forward to every month. It's really great having these guys here every day. They really, as Mr. Claus said, epitomize what we're looking here at Interboro. So congrats, all right? Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your time here. Have a good weekend. Thank you.